Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. And I'm a little nervous making my video again today because it's late in the evening yet again. I'm just a few minutes from putting my head down on the pillow, and I haven't made my video yet. And I'm also cognizant of the fact that I have gone multiple days in a row without making what feels like any real progress because my focus has been elsewhere. And I don't want it to be elsewhere, but obviously I'm not putting priorities where they ought to be. I spent a whole lot of time working on taxes today, and I spent a little bit of time with family on Thanksgiving. Of course, that was a good thing to do. But most of my other time was spent on taxes. I took a nap. I spent way too long writing in my journal this morning, which was a good thing. But I just don't have my priorities yet where I need them to be. Taxes are super important, yes, but building this uh, palace, so to speak, of who I want to be, this palace in my mind of who I want to be, so I can visualize it and think about it and ponder it. That's got it. I mean, that's why I'm doing all this. That's what this life means to me, is becoming the best that I can be, so that I can give the best possible me to the world. And and so I get so distracted so easily. Um, and it's I don't like admitting that. I don't like admitting that to all of you guys. And if you're paying attention, you realize, yep, another day has gone by and he hasn't done much. And I think about it, and it's like, what, another day's gone by and I haven't really done that much. And so I spent so much time working on taxes. I made great progress. I didn't completely finish 2019 like I was hoping, but I should be able to fire it off tomorrow morning, after a little bit more work, to my accountant for her to look over and say, hey, I still need this or I still need that. But I'm kind of at the light at the end of the tunnel for 2019 at least, and that was good. It was nice, but I should have spent more time building my castle out, and that's it's got to be my priority. Why is it not my priority? I Is it because I've had the taxes hanging over my head for so long? Is it because it's it's hard mental work and I don't want to do the hard mental work? I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm not doing it. I don't know why the 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 requirements of living life, the daily, whatever you want to call them, the things that aren't really all that important. I don't know why I let them take center stage so frequently, but I do, and I have to own it. I have to acknowledge it. I have to. Uh, there's no way to run from it. There's no use running from it because I can't get away from it. And if I'm going to become who I want to become, I've got to face it and I've got to deal with it and I've got to get over it and I've got to move on. Um, so it's not fun to admit that I've got another day where I didn't specifically plan a fear to face. I faced some and I faced some and I acted on those fears by doing the thing I was afraid of, but I didn't plan it out. I'm still just letting it come to me. And that's not what I want to do. I want to be proactive. I want to be out there. I want to be creating my opportunities. I know that's going to be the best way for me to grow, is to not just wait for life to come to me and say, hey, I get to practice that there because there's my opportunity. No, I can create my opportunities. I can build out whatever the heck I want to build out. It's up to me. I don't have to wait for life to come to me and give me those opportunities. I can build them whenever I want to. And that's a privilege that I have as well. And I'm not taking advantage of that privilege. So for any of you who are worried, no, I'm not beating up on myself. I'm just acknowledging a reality, and doesn't change my motivation. It doesn't change what I'm trying to become. It doesn't make me feel like any less of a person. It just is what it is. And I've got to deal with it, accept it, and overcome it. So that's what I've got to do, is so I don't keep losing precious time, because I don't know what it is, but the 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 shortness of life has, and I think I've mentioned it before, but the shortness of life has really hit home to me lately. And yeah, I'm only 39, but I'm also 39, and that's halfway through life almost. If I live a full, average life expectancy. But Anyway, so this was supposed to be a short video because I didn't have anything to say, but apparently I had a lot to say. So there you go. Um, but So I'm going to get back at it tomorrow. No, actually, I'm not going to get back at it tomorrow. I'm going to, when my head hits the pillow tonight, I'm going to be thinking about that mansion. I'm going to be thinking about what the rooms look like. Um, and I'm going to be thinking about those scenes that are going to be playing on the screens in each of those rooms, and thinking about what it is that the Stephen who fully embodies those attributes, what he does in those situations. I had a good experience this morning to practice, and I'm going to end with this. I did have a really good experience this morning to practice patience, to practice being the man I want to be. I was trying to work on my taxes, and one of the things that I needed to do was to figure out my payment history with the IRS, to go back through the years that I still am working on and make sure they got my payments, and because I did give them money, even though I didn't send in my returns and all that, I still sent them money because I knew I was going to owe them something, so I sent them a whole bunch of money. But I wanted to make sure that it was all there and see when I paid what and what all they had records of. And so I went online to try and log in and create an account, and it took 3 hours to be able to create an account with the IRS, and to be able to log in and see my history, because they're doing some kind of a third party identification service, and so I had to do my driver's license and my passport and a facial recognition thingy, and all this different stuff in order to create an account. And of course, none of the app that is designed to uh, do all that wasn't accepting any of my stuff, and there were conflicts with this and conflicts with that, and so I kept trying over and over and over, and for 3 hours I struggled and struggled, and finally, uh, the last probably 30 minutes of those 3 hours was with a live person. Thankfully, they were working on Thanksgiving. I appreciate that. There was with a live person who was able to verify everything and get me logged in, so I could look at my accounts and have that information for what I'm doing for my tax preparation right now. But it took 3 hours, and over and over and over again, I could feel the frustration that the chemical, whatever the heck that chemical is, there's just frustration that starts to build, and I could feel it just kind of start to, just the seeds of it starting to well up, and I would put it in check, and I would knock it back down, and I would say, nope, I'm going to be patient. And I was able to choose that just about every stinking time. There were a couple times where I said things that were like, this is crazy, kind of the frustrated, but not in a frustrated tone, and not like it was like I did really freaking well, and I was excited about that. And but at the same time, like, that feeling doesn't just go away. You make the choice. I made the choice. I'm not going to react in anger or frustration. I'm going to remember that this is exactly the kind of experience that I want to be able to practice acting like the man I want to be. And but that feeling, that whatever that chemical is, it stays for a little while, or whatever the feeling, whatever it is, it stays for a little while. Even though I've made the decision, it takes a little while for that knot, or that twisted, or whatever that thing that's in there, it takes a little while for that to go away. But I was grateful today. I was able to make progress in that area. I could have been really frustrated. I could have been really angry that it took 3 hours just to log into an account, create an account, and log in. But and I could make all sorts of government jokes and IRS jokes and whatever jokes, but I was grateful that I was able to choose what I chose and react the way that I reacted, because that's who I want to be. I still want to be better than what I was. I don't want to feel any of that welling up. But man, it was positive, and it was progress, and it was motivating and encouraging. And anyway, this video has gone on longer than any of my other videos, and I didn't expect it to do that. So sorry to just go on and on, but thank you for watching and being a part of this. And I don't even remember what day we're on. I think we're on day 37. So I don't have that much time left, but I am making progress, and I am grateful. And Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks.